of the singing voice. Just know that every time you practice using right technique, you will become more stable and consistent as a singer, no matter what variables may be trying to affect you. When using this program, you will hear terminology that may be disputed in the academic world. Fact is, almost everyone disputes one another. The opinions about singing are vast. And rather than allowing ourselves to get bogged down in the debate over what isn't or is falsetto, or how many bridges there are in the voice, let's keep our focus on the real reason we are doing these exercises: to make new sounds, in order to better express the art of singing. I always want to reserve the right to be wrong, because that is the one thing all vocal coaches have in common. They are right about some things and wrong about others. The real question is, what are the results of your training methods? If these methods don't work quick and effective, I would have quit coaching a long time ago. However, I've had the privilege of watching voices transform from average to epic, and many of these singers would not be able to describe one musculature function in relationship to singing. So relax and learn. Suspend what you know for a while and try to see through new eyes. Then you will experience phenomenal breakthrough in your singing. When doing these exercises, you will notice that very few exercises go into extreme high notes or low notes. The Singing Success Systematic Vocal Training Program does more to extend range. Also, our Singing Success Online video lessons have sessions that work on extreme high notes and lows. The main objective of this program is to build the middle of your range through the blending of qualities. All the keys, tempos, note volumes, and note durations have been calculated arduously to produce the best possible results for your vocal workout. We will often be calling out the notes that you are singing. We will do this so that you can monitor your progress and know where you are supposed to be transitioning from chest to mix to head voice. Know that every exercise will help every other exercise. We are after the variety of muscular coordinations that all inevitably assist each other. This program is like a workout video series where the exercises keep evolving, giving the muscles beauty, help, strength, and coordination. In all this, you want to keep repeating all the CDs in order to cover every area of your voice. Again, each exercise helps every other exercise, so do them all and start over, and then do them all again. There are certain exercises that are repeated in the first program, like the lip rolls, and that are seldom repeated in this program. But you may want to start every exercise workout with a few slides like this. This exercise is the most friendly exercise for a cold voice to get started and a tired voice to warm down. So, if the CD you are starting with is giving you problems, you can always go back and do the slides in lip rolls to ease up the tension from your voice. You may want to keep a note of which exercises are tension busters. For me, the lip rolls, the vocal fraught, the and the siren, yee, and the NG, are the best exercises I know of to break apart tension. Tension that can build up overnight while sleeping, or as a result of straining your neck while lifting weights, doing push-ups or sit-ups, or allergies, reflux, migraines, abuse of singing, poor nutrition, or the daily stresses of living your life. Another thing, we will be introducing new terminology to singing. One of these terms is truly connected, which simply means that the head and chest voice overlap so that it is hard to tell where one voice ends and the other begins. Truly connected means that you don't hear sudden shifts, even if they are subtle, anywhere in your range. This is a foreshadow of the cool, cutting-edge ideas that we will be sharing with you in Mastering Your Mix. When doing each session, try not to be too critical of yourself. Almost everything we do is difficult before it is easy. We need to understand that having an off day is no criteria for judging our voices. I've had days where I couldn't sustain a single note in my mix. Does that make me a terrible singer? I hope not. I'd rather be judged on my best vocal performance than by my worst. Know that the seasons will have to change a couple of times before the slow ticking of the clock and your relentless work ethic has produced a level of mastery. Another key point to note is that I will be somewhat over-explaining the exercise. This is not because I want you to tire out with technique. Rather, it is because I'm taking into account what nearly 20 years of teaching experience has taught me, that people all learn differently. So I'm attempting to appeal to the various styles by which people are able to absorb ideas. Once you've heard the explanation and or demonstration, there may be no need to further listen over and over again. That depends on how far you already are in your vocal studies. However, you may want to sing along with the demonstration occasionally as a reminder of good technique. Another thing we've done is to occasionally surprise you with some humorous elements to keep you entertained. We certainly don't believe that learning has to be boring, so relax and have fun with the program. As you go from lesson to lesson, don't stay too long on any particular lesson. Anywhere from 1 to 3 times is plenty. Then move on. You can always come back. Same with an exercise. If you struggle with a particular exercise, you may want to do a different exercise and then come back to the more difficult exercise. You don't need to perfect it in the first try. Some exercises that my students have mastered are still nearly impossible for me to do well because of my strengths are very strong and my weaknesses are, to me, even more glaring. Vocal development is a lifelong process. Vocal maintenance is also a lifelong process, but the reward is the art. As you are doing the exercises in this program, know that as you approach the higher notes, unless otherwise stated, it's a good idea to drop your jaw slightly to keep from the Miss Piggy squeeze. On all vowels, unless otherwise stated, assume a tongue position that keeps the tip of the tongue resting, not pressing behind the bottom front teeth, as in the word he. He. This will keep you from curling your tongue backwards, especially on O and A.
O, A, O, A.
This is awful. It distorts the tone and makes singing harder than it needs to be. Practice the following. Say he, like this.
He.
See the tongue resting comfortably? Now, from that position, slowly move through all the vowel sounds.
E, 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 A, U, U, O, A.
We have the tongue position on all the consonants.
Nay, 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 nay. Nay, no, ni, na. Day, do, da. Lay, lo, li, lie.
On all these sounds and multiple others, the principle is to quickly return the tongue back to its correct position to keep the vowels pure and the